What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rojikku Reigns here, bringing you a DOA 6 video. I haven't been able to make a lot of content lately. I've been really busy with my career, and I also have a lot of other things in my personal life going on right now, so I just got around to making this video for you guys, but it's going to be a pretty in-depth one. I just wanted to kind of touch base again with you guys and go over some of this new gameplay we've gotten with the Hitomi and LA thing, but also just going to talk about some other topics today. And we've actually been getting a lot of interviews lately from Team Ninja and Shimbori as well. Shimbori's been giving us a lot of information as far as like what to expect, as far as characters, release date. I think he said something about January 2019 to maybe March 2019. He didn't confirm it, but he said we kind of look forward to the game around those dates. Also, in another interview, Shimbori did say that Team Ninja is taking into account what the fans want. Again, in a couple of my past videos, I did say this, but again, I'm going to kind of reiterate what he says. Essentially, Team Ninja and himself are paying close attention to what the fans want, and they're actually doing their best to put it in the game. Obviously, they can't do everything that people are asking for because of budget reasons and other things like that, but obviously, they're paying very close attention what everybody wants for DOA 6. So, you know, you guys voicing your opinions on the forums, Free Step Dodge, Facebook, YouTube, wherever it may be, they're definitely paying attention, and they're doing their best to give everybody what they want. And I tend not to involve myself too much with the SJW thing and everything like that, but you know, they did say that they are trying to put the mechanics back in the game as far as the realistic breast movement and things like that. And again, I've never really cared for that kind of stuff. I play DOA purely because I love the game and because I'm a competitive player and I'll always play the game, but I don't care whether they put that kind of stuff in the game or not. But you know, there are casual players out there who may love that kind of thing and who won't play the game because of those reasons. So you know, if they're gonna put it back in the game, I don't mind it either way, but you know, everybody has their own opinion. Everybody likes what they like about DOA. So, and there are a couple of things in this video that I really want to cover as far as, you know, what I personally want to see in DOA 6. And a lot of the stuff that I want to see actually, and especially myself being like a high-level player that goes to tournaments, there's still a lot of things that I want to see from the casual aspect. I mean, of course, I want to see great gameplay and, you know, balanced characters and things like that. But, you know, there's a lot of casual aspects of the game that I really do love, and I've always loved since I was a kid. So, yeah, there's a lot of casual things that I really do wish would return in DOA 6. And one of those things that I really want to return is just, I really want better story mode development as far as, you know, the way the characters develop in the story and the cutscenes and things like that. You know, DOA has always been really good at having a pretty good story mode and, you know, having the real-time gameplay videos with the story and the cutscenes at the end. DOA 5 kind of took a different approach to that. And instead of them having, you know, you play 7 or 8 stages and then you get to the end and then you fight your rival or whatever it is and then you fight Alpha or whatever the case may be and then you get a cutscene. They actually switched it up to like an all-out story where there's a bunch of cutscenes and you just play random fights on the stages. I think it was a pretty good idea, but at the same time, in my opinion, I'd much rather have them go back to the classic formula where, you know, you play the stages and then you got the cutscenes. But, you know, at the end of the day, as long as they create good character development in the story mode, I think everybody will be happy. So that's honestly one of the main things that I really want them to incorporate into DOA 6. Another thing that I really want to talk about that I hope that they do, so far as new characters go, we got Diego, and you know, while Diego seems like honestly a complete ripoff of Miguel from Tekken, actually having hands-on time with the game, as long as they tweak some things with Diego, he seems to be a pretty good, interesting character into the game. We don't really have any street fighting characters. I guess the closest you can say that we have in the game to that is going to be like Mila and Zack, because they have like kickboxing and Muay Thai and MMA, but you know, we don't really have any necessarily just raw street fighting characters, and I think it's a good idea they incorporated him because he is original as far as his design into DOA 6, but at the same time, he is kind of a ripoff off of Miguel from Tekken. And you know, fighting games these days, it seems like they're doing more and more ripping off of other fighting games, and honestly, it seems like that's the way to go. And I don't fault Team Ninja for doing that if that's what they were going for. And again, if you look at this stage here, as I said in my other video, it looks like they copied off of Soul Calibur with this stage, and you guys can actually check that out in my other video that I have. Going over the new stage and Hitomi and Lei Feng. But pretty much back to this topic, you know, obviously games are copying off of other games as far as, you know, the character design, the stage design. You know, we have Street Fighter copying off of other games, we got Tekken copying off of other games, so it's happening. And, you know, honestly, the way video fighting games are evolving, it looks like it's not going to stop anytime soon. So, you know, I guess you just got to do what you got to do. And that kind of leads me to my next wish for DOA 6 is really just making the characters a lot more in-depth and making them a lot better quality. You know, DOA 5, we got Mila and Rig as new characters in DOA 5 first dropped, and then Ultimate came out and we got Ein, which is a returning character, we got Leon as a returning character, and then we also got Momiji and Rachel. And Momiji and Rachel are actually from another franchise that Team Ninja created, but I don't really want to talk about the characters from other games as far as Mai and the Virtua Fighter characters goes. I just really want to like touch base on the characters that Team Ninja created, including the DOA 5 characters and the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors characters they added into the game. You know, it's Team Ninja has the creative ability to make good quality characters, and again, it seems like they focus more on other characters from other games and getting them into DOA than actually creating original characters. We are currently waiting for Team Ninja to reveal the new female character that they're going to be putting out next to Diego, so we don't really have any information on that new character yet or when they're going to be announced, but you know, they are working on a new female character that they're going to be putting out next to Diego for DOA 6's launch. The only other gameplay feature that I really wish they could put in the DOA would be just throw breaking. Obviously, if you guys watch high level Tekken, you'll see a lot of throw breaking going on. And while I hate to compare DOA to Tekken, throw breaking is something that a lot of 3D fighting game fans have wanted for DOA for a long time. And the way I kind of figure it would work is if you're unsafe or if you're at disadvantage or if you're caught holding, I think that grabs that are not neutral throws should be 100% guaranteed. You shouldn't be able to break them. However, if you are not unsafe, if you are not holding, and if you're not at disadvantage, I do believe that all throws, including neutral throws and forward grabs, back grabs, I think should all be throw breakable. You know, it would alter a lot of things as far as like the viability of a lot of characters like Zack and Mila and any other character with a neutral throw, but throwing in DOA is ridiculously good. Granted, you know, going for a grab can get you high counter blown, but grabbing, especially characters with those reset grabs that guarantee them stuff like Zack gets punch, Mila gets kick, you know, I think that it's really unbalanced as far as, you know, most of the characters in DOA don't have reset grabs, and if they do, they're not that good. I do feel like grabs should be able to be broken at neutral if you're not unsafe, so that's a feature that I kind of wanted for the game, and I know a lot of other players agree, like Rikuto. Actually, me and Rikuto were at EVO in Vegas playing DOA 6, and we literally went up to Shimbori and said, hey man, you know, why don't we incorporate, you know, why don't you guys incorporate throw breaking in DOA? And this man said, and I quote, throw breaking would be too expensive. Too much money, too expensive was his response. So whatever he meant by that, I'm not going to get too much into detail about what I think he meant, but pretty much we're not going to see throw breaking in this version of DOA because it's too expensive, and those are words directly from him. So another casual feature that I really want them to focus on is just making sure that all the DOA game modes are brought back. You know, DOA has always been known for having multiple game modes, including time attack, survival, you know, being able to watch the movies in a theater mode and things like that. Team battle as well as tag battle. While I've never really been a big fan of tag or team battle or any of those other things, they're kind of staples to DOA, and they've been there since DOA 2. I think that they should, as a matter of fact, I think they've been there since DOA 1 as well, but they've been in the game since pretty much the beginning, and if they took it out now, it would kind of just be like why? Like, I don't think that DOA will be complete without those game modes. And again, I'm not really sure how popular they are amongst the casual players, but I do hear a lot of casual players talking about them wanting tag battle back into the game, and I'm not a tag player myself, but I do know that it is highly played, especially online. Tag has never really been a big tournament game. I know they tried to incorporate it in DOA 5 Vanilla, but it didn't really go far, but I feel like tag should definitely make the cut. The next thing I really want to talk about is I'm hoping that Team Ninja will fix this fucking netcode. The netcode in DOA 5, especially on console, don't get me wrong, it seems to be a little better on PC, but console netcode is fucking garbo. Like, I'm telling you right now, I've lost, and don't get me wrong, I'm an offline player, so we tend to not take online that serious, but online is annoying because, like, it's usually the only form of practice that you can get for a tournament, especially if you don't have a lot of local people willing to play. you know, and you need those high-level matches in order to play the tournament at the level you want to. But laggy players and ranked match, whatever the situation is that you fight a laggy player, sometimes the player might not even be laggy. It's honestly DOA 5's terrible fucking netcode. You know, I've actually fought people like Slybass. Slybass lives 2 hours from me, and we have a 5-bar. And it's literally garbage when I play him online. It's absolutely terrible. And it doesn't make any sense. So I know a lot of people feel for me when I'm talking about how bad this netcode is. The netcode is garbo. And lastly, the last thing I really want to talk about is just being more creative with the stages. I know this is like a beat up topic and we talk about it a lot, but I really want to just have you guys take a look at some of this gameplay here of one of my favorite stages in DOA history, and it's actually the Great Wall that was introduced in DOA 2U. And this stage is one of my favorites for multiple reasons. Obviously, the detail on the stage is absolutely ridiculous. It's a beautiful stage. But, you know, there's so much detail. There's so many options. Like, you can knock the person off of both sides of the stage. And there's just a bunch of extra open area on both sides of the stage where you can knock the person off. There's so much open area. There's like multiple staircases you can knock them down. There's like 3 or 4 different levels on the stage you can knock the person off into. And it just creates so many, you know, opportunities to just deal different damage different ways and just like experience like, I don't want to say like an open world type of thing for a fighting game, but you know, the opportunities and the lengths that Team Ninja went to fucking make these stages super interactive like this. It seems like they kind of ridded themselves of that. You know, even with the new stage with the ship, it seems like it's very limited. I mean, there are 2 levels, and while 2 levels are cool and you got the Kraken up top and stuff, it's still not as detailed as the stages were in DOA 2 and DOA 3. I want you guys to take a look at this cutscene here with Hayabusa and Kasumi in DOA 2. Kasumi and Hayabusa only fought on the aerial gardens in the Dreamcast and the PlayStation version of DOA 2. DOA 2U, they fought on a bridge, which is actually a different stage. But if you pay attention here, there's like fireflies and there's water here on the ground. In this version of the aerial gardens, you can't fight on the upper level. But if you pay attention here to this cutscene that we got here in DOA 6 at the end of the trailer that we got, the first initial trailer, you can see that there's water and there's fireflies in the air, kind of similar to what we saw just now in the aerial gardens from DOA 2. It's not confirmed, but I think it's safe to say that we may be seeing that stage coming back. Just from my observation, a lot of other people think so as well. It looks like we might be seeing the aerial gardens come back in DOA 6 sometime, so that'll actually be fucking great. Because back to what we were talking about with the Great Wall, the stages in the past DOA games were super detailed. You know, DOA 4, DOA 3, and DOA 2 all had really in-depth and really detailed stages. So hopefully DOA 6 does a good job of bringing back some of those stages or creating some new ones like that. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really want you guys' opinions on what you want to see in DOA 6 as far as mechanics, game modes, characters, anything that you guys want to talk about in the comment section. Please be sure to do that. Definitely be sure to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Be sure to check me out on Twitter at Emery Unlimited, but you can also find me at Rojikku Reigns as well. You guys can check me out on other social media like Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook and stuff. It's been great making this video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try my best to get some more DOA content up. It's just been a little slow because of my work schedule again and because I have a lot of personal things going on right now, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a comment and a like and a subscribe, and I'll catch you later, guys. Peace.